Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how we can make simple procedural tilemap generation in Unity. So first of all, create an empty object and call it game manager. After that we can add a script to it, or we can make a tilemap first. So to the object, tilemap, and we want a rectangular one. This is our ground tilemap, and we can leave these default values on and add a script to our game manager and call it tilemap generator. So first of all, we want to add our Unity engine tilemaps, and then start writing code. So I want to make a rectangular map. That's why we have to choose a length and a width. So first of all, let's make public integer and call it map length. And we also want a map width. And we also want to have minimum and maximum values, and it's going to choose randomly what value we will get. Let's do the same with the width as well. Okay, now we have added them. So in start, we can just set our map length and map width. So for map length, we want to set a random number, so random.range, and the minimum value is map length minimum, and the maximum value is map length maximum. And let's do the same with the map width. And what I also want to do is, for example, I want to add a minimum area and a maximum area. So for example, if we got so when we choose random values here, if we get very little values both times, we will have a very small area, and if we get big values, we will have a very big area. And I don't want to how do I say it? And I don't want to have that much difference from the areas, so I'm gonna have an area range. And after we have set the length and width, we can call a function named checkArea. So let's make this function. And here we check if map length times map width, if it's bigger, no, if it's smaller than the minimum area, we want to set our map length and map width again. So this time it's going to choose from map length to map length maximum. And same with the map width. And after that we can also do one for a bigger area. So map length times map width again, and if it's bigger than area max, so we forgot an A here, then we can go ahead and set our map length to a random number between our minimum length value and our current length value. Now do the same with the map width again. And after we have done that, we want to check the area again. So now we have set the width and the length, and using these we will generate our own map. So here we can call a function generate map, and we can also make a tile map, call it ground tile map, and we need a tile base, and it's going to be ground tile. Now let's make the function, the generate map function. And here, for every map length value, so this is going to be a row, for example, and let's make a for function again, a for loop, and this time we want to add our map width, called ground tilemap, set tile. The position is going to be a new vector3 int. So the x position is x and y position is y, and this can stay 0, and our tile is the ground tile. And this is actually it. Let's go back to our project. We forgot something here, line 43 and 49. Okay, now go back to the project. And we can start adding these values. So map length minimum can be 10 and maximum is 20. Same with the width. And minimum area 200 to 300, for example. Our ground tile map is this, and our ground tile we can set this from our assets. This one I downloaded from the asset store. Here we can select grass tile, and let's try it out. Okay, we can see that it makes a rectangle. And if you look here in our game manager, we can see it's 50 by 14, and here if you count the tiles, this is exactly 15 and this is exactly 14, so this checks out. And we can now start doing the borders. So go back to our script. First of all, make another tilemap and call it walls tilemap. And for the walls we are going to have multiple tiles, so one for top, one for bottom, one for left and one for right. So we can make it an array, wall tiles. And here we can do walls tilemap and then set tile. The position is going to be at X and the Y position is going to be 0. So we are doing the bottom tiles right now for the bottom walls. And our tile is going to be wall tiles 0. We can do the same with the top tiles, top walls. So let's do the exact same, but we want to change the Y value. So X, the Y value is going to be map width -1, and this is going to be 0 again. The tile is going to be wall tiles 1. And now for the right and left tiles, we want to get the map width, and for every map width we are going to set a tile. So again we want to do the same, just set tile, but this time we want to set the X value as 0, the Y value is going to be Y, and 0 again. This time we can get all tiles 2. Now again we do the same thing, but this time with map length -1, so map length -1 as the X value. The tile is wall tiles 3. So now we have to remember the order. So the first one is the bottom walls, second one is top walls, and then left and then right. Okay, now we can go ahead to our project again. And here we want to add another tilemap. We can also copy this and just rename it. So renaming it is actually optional because it doesn't matter what name you choose. And here we can get our wall tilemap. And before we get our wall tiles, let's go ahead and add colliders here. So a tilemap collider, and let's add a composite collider as well. But this is going to add a rigid body, so if we paint the tiles they're gonna fall, and we don't want that. That's why we choose static. And now if we go to our tile set, so let me look at where that is on our walls. Okay, here's the tile set, and here in the sprite editor, if you go to custom physics shape, you can see that each of the tiles have like different shapes, and these are like the colliders. So if you did like your own assets and or your assets don't have like custom colliders, they're going to be like this, and you can just edit them easily like this. So just choose the tile and then direct these lines so it fits the shape. So each one of our tiles have the right colliders, so you can just use them without any problems. We can go ahead to our game manager again and then add the wall tiles. So the first one was bottom. Let's see which one that was. We want to get, let's see. Oh, I get it. For the bottom tiles, we are going to get this one. For the top tile, we are going to get this one. And then, let me look again. So now we have to choose the left one and then the right one. But we can see the sprites. That's because we have set the order in layer to 1 so that the wall's tilemap is on top. Now try it again. And we can see that the tiles are working, but we actually do need to set some other tiles for the corners. We can start with doing the bottom walls. Just a -1 instead of this. And that's it. We can start doing the corners. We need another tile base. And let's call it wall corners. Now we can set them one by one because there's only one of each corner. So walls tilemap and then set tile. We want to start from the top corner, so top left corner. Top left corner is our not map length, it's 0, and then map width -1, so map width -1 and 0. This can be our wall corners 0, and then we want to set the right top. So this is just the same, but with a different x value. The x value is going to be map length -1 and map width -1 and a 0. Now we want to do our bottom left corner, or no, bottom right corner. The x value is going to be map length -1, and then the y value is going to be -1. And here we can get the corner walls, and this is the second one. So actually the third one, but the index is 2. Then the next one is going to be at 0 and -1, and the index is 3. Let's get this and then paste it again. So we want to add another type of wall tiles, and here everything is going to be the same but with a -2 instead of -1. And we also need 2 more corners. You can just copy them and paste it. This is going to be at 0 and -2, and the next one is going to be at map length -1 and -2. So that's the index 5. Okay, now let's get to the game manager and the wall tiles. We need this one, and for the corners, first of all we get this, then we get this, and then we'll get this one, then this one, then this one, and at last this one. We also want to have some ground corners, so let's do that too. The ground corners are just going to be the top left and top right, so only 2 of them. And make that an array. So the ground corners are on the ground tile map, of course. And the first one is going to be on 0, map width -1 and 0. And the next one is going to be at map length -1. The y value is the same, and it has the index 1. So let's to get the index 5. Oh no, this has the index 4, and now this should work. We just gave the wrong index. So it's this one. And this one. Yes, now it's working, and you can see why I added another row at -2, so that we could just finish this building. So if you just left the side like uncompleted, it would look a little bit weird. And what we can also do is, you see that we have these tiles, these flower tiles and grass tiles. We can just add a random chance that these ones spawn except of the grass. So here, when we set tile, first of all we can add public integer spawn chance. Let's go to grass as well. Maybe we'll add another spawn chance. So let's just make it more obvious what it is. And then right here, if a random number it has to be from 0 to 99, so that's a percentage. If that's smaller or equal to our spawn chance, what's happening? Okay, now instead of adding this, we want to add a random ground tile. And let's give it an index. The index is going to be from 0, let's make it random. And it's going to be from 0 to random ground tile about count. And let's add a new tile base called random ground tile. And this is an array too. I think we have to use length, not count. Oh, we forgot to say else here. So it just paints this on top of it, and we don't want that. And let's lock this. Now we can select all our ground tiles, so not the corner ones, and just drag them to random ground tile. And here we have our spawn chance. Let's set it to 40, so 40%. If we start our project, we can see that the tiles are random, so like 40% of them. And you can also change its values from like 40 to 100 here too, but you also have to change the area. For example, 4000 to 7000. And we can see that the map changes the size. So you can create any map you want, like a square map, and it can be in size. So in the next video we want to add smaller squares on top of this one, so smaller maps, and we are going to have stairs that go up to these tile maps, and then after that we can make enemies to fight on top of these smaller squares. So that's it for the video. If you want to see the next videos as well, subscribe to the channel and stay notified, and see you in the next video.